What else can we talk about that we haven't already discussed in the past hour before we were recording?
Yeah, we've been here an hour.
For about an hour.
Well, we're talking about financials and stuff.
We're talking about money shit. We're talking about divorcing our husbands and wives. We're talking about actually leaving them today. The U-Haul is packed. We got a double wide U-Haul for me and Caitlin to move out of our respective homes. We're going on break from...
No, we're going off grid.
Oh, I think that we're going on a break. We're like, okay. All right.
I want to go off grid, though. Like, think about how amazing that would be.
It sounds good until you're there and you're like, fuck.
Well, okay, imagine you have the money to actually get what you need. Like, solar panels, like, you can, like, get a whole garden.
How are you going to get Wi-Fi? You're going to do Starlink? Like the...
Okay, so you're close enough to where you can have Wi-Fi, or service at least.
So you're not off the grid. You're on the edge of the grid.
Okay, when you say off grid, what does that actually mean, though? Like
completely disconnect from society.
Why did Chegg just randomly pulled up on your phone?
Don't worry about it.
When I turned that phone on from, like, I haven't had that phone on since, like, a month ago. And it just randomly... it's, like, forcing me to try to, like, update shit. And I haven't.
It just pulled up the Chegg app.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just, like, pulled it up. And I was like, all right.
So, being off grid is just... I thought it meant, like, separating yourself from, like, the government. Or is that the same thing? Like, this...
If you go off grid, you will still owe Uncle Sam your taxes every year.
Well, I know that. I just mean, like... So it's to get away from society, or what did you say it was?
It's to disconnect from society.
You want to be as self-sufficient as possible and not have to rely on societal structures.
So you can't have Wi-Fi?
You can, but I'm saying, how are you going to get it?
You'd have to have money.
Because, yeah, you would have to have money.
I meant, like, what if you had enough money?
Well, you could.
Because I assume if I went off grid, I would still have, like, a side job.
But then you wouldn't be off grid.
So off grid
means...
you
could be off. You could be living off grid and going to work.
Like, what if
it's either you're off grid. There is no in between. It's either you're on or off.
Well, no. If I have, like, an online job and a remote job,
yeah,
could that be off grid?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Here's the thing: is I believe there's levels to it, like there is with almost said atheism with
There's levels to
Amish.
atheism.
You know how they have, like, some are completely disconnected from the grid, meaning power grid, and then and the grid. And then there's others that are like, well, we can use cars. We can use chainsaws. You know what I mean? But I mean, obviously, this isn't for religious beliefs. This is because you just don't fuck with people, which I don't blame you. That's why I buy a gun.
I think off-grid living is just a lifestyle where you're just not connected to normal societal structures like electricity and running water. You do all that shit yourself, and you can still go out and get a job and work in society, but you come home and you have your own homestead where you make everything yourself. You grow your own garden. You have animals that produce your food for you.
That's what I want to do so bad, is to just...
That's still off-grid living. Like, you're just making money in other places.
My two options... Okay, so, like, when you're rich, you have the option to be as remote as you want to be. It's like, I just want to be away from people. Like, I don't want any neighbors. I don't want... Like, when I leave my house, I don't want to come into contact with any human.
One thing that me and Justin have talked about lately is taxing the rich, right?
Hell yeah.
Tax the rich and tax corporations. And he made a good point on that. He was like, if America taxes the corporations fairly and the rich fairly, what's stopping them from moving those corporations and jobs with them to other countries who tax them less? That's the whole point, is if they tax them, we will lose jobs here. So the corporations have control.
Yeah.
I think we need to tax the churches.
So like you said, with rich people, if they don't like the country they're living in, they can just move to a different fucking country and take all their fucking money with them.
But I feel like everything can be done, like, remotely now.
Yeah, but the world is slowly going back to offices and stuff, and I'm like, why?
You think they are?
No, they are. Like, they used to be, like, my friend Bobby Sue, she would work remotely 100% of the time, and now they're like, okay, you can have one day where you work remotely.
I feel like they should make it an option.
I think so too. It makes so much more sense, because then the company doesn't have to spend all this money on offices buildings.
I was gonna say that's the only thing that's probably making them want to, is because they're spending money on the office space.
That's why I think they made people come back. But, like, why don't they just get rid of the office space? I think it's because they can't watch you. Like, they can't see what you're doing when you're at home.
You can definitely take advantage of being work from home.
Well, yeah, because
Like-
you if there's nothing to do, you can turn on TV and sit there and watch
But-
it. You can go out for a walk. It's so much
Yeah,
nicer
but-
though.
If
That-
you don't have quotas, then that
Yeah.
makes sense. But if you have like things you need to do by the end of the day and you don't do them, then you're gonna get fired.
Yeah, that's the natural consequence to that
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, your phone keeps getting notifications. I keep thinking it's my phone, so I'm
Sorry.
like, no, you're fine. With my girlfriend's job, or ex job, she quit. I don't know if I told you guys that.
Yeah, you told us that.
She was allowed to have one day a week, either Mondays or Fridays, that she can
Yeah,
work from
that's
home.
how I'm pretty sure that's how my friend Bobby's is.
And what she would do on those days is do the bare minimum that was required, and then the rest of the day she would have off. So it'd be like she would work for 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I think what they're afraid of is you getting all your work done too quickly and then getting paid to do nothing, essentially.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, okay, so realistically, you can get all your work done quickly. You're usually more efficient, and you're probably doing more work in a
Right.
shorter amount of time. Versus
Right.
at work, you're stretching it out because you're stuck there for 8
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
So you're sitting there and you're like, "Let me do this as slowly as possible." And
Like-
then when you're
Sounds
at home, there's also a good work-home life balance because you can do all the stuff you need to do, right? You go, you get up, you can do your dishes, right? You come back, answer some emails, get up, cook yourself some breakfast or lunch
Yeah, you
real
don't have
quick
to
and eat
spend
it.
extra money going somewhere, spending the gas to
You're
drive
saving
there.
gas money. You're saving
You're not putting miles on your car.
going out to eat.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about lunches because you have a full kitchen in your house that you can cook meals.
Yeah.
Like work from home is, they saw a spike in productivity when people were working from home versus in the office. Because the office fucking sucks your soul out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. If you don't love what you do, 100%. I mean, even if you
mean-
do, some employers will take advantage of that. Be like, oh, he likes let's give him a ton of work because he likes doing it.
Plus
No.
what?
Sorry, go ahead.
The 40-hour work week was designed for one person staying at home and doing the housework.
The atomic family.
Yeah.
The nuclear family. That's what it's called.
Same
is
thing.
The nuclear family.
I looked it up the other day, and apparently I typed in atomic, and it popped up with like the 50s like cartoon like a family
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I
guys
just think
wearing a
of
suit
COD,
of Call of Duty, like
Yeah.
Nuketown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the mannequins.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's set up for that. So like currently with a 40-hour work week, that vape, 40-hour work week, there's really no time to spend with your family and maintain a household.
Yeah. Bernie was wanting to get it down to 32 for the same pay.
I mean, other countries have done it and have had great success with it. I
France.
don't see why we can't do that.
I think France has it like
if we
that.
had a 32-hour work week, I want to think what you could do with an extra 8 hours in your week.
Yeah.
How much better would you feel?
I could doom scroll even longer.
Well, you wouldn't have to doom scroll because you wouldn't be so stressed out about, fuck, I have to go to work tomorrow for the whole day.
Yeah, if it's a
and this or that.
32-hour work week,
You
Becca, your flex stuff would go up because hourly would go up.
I don't know.
Actually,
I think
no,
it would keep
go.
it the same.
It would go down probably because people would have more time. They're like, well, I need to do something. I'm gonna go fucking crazy, and then they
Yeah,
sign
I
up
don't
for
think
a flex.
having one extra day off a week would cause people to go crazy.
I don't know if they would let you have an extra day off. I think you would just have shorter days. You know what
They
I
were
mean?
talking about having a 4-day work
A
week
4-day work week. I mean, that'd be pretty sweet.
where everyone gets at least 3 days off. Because if you think about it, when you have only 2 days off, 1 day is spent getting caught up on household chores.
Yes. Oh my god.
And then you have 1 day to relax.
That's why I'm
Imagine if you
so-
had 3.
That's why I'm so grateful with the job I have now. Is like, sure, the 3 to 4 days that I am working sucks ass, but the days off are like, just like doing nothing and not having to worry. It's pretty fucking sweet.
I have 3 days off a week, but I work 3 10s. Sometimes it's 12. It just depends because it's when I finish my route, I can go home
Yeah.
kind of thing. So sometimes it takes longer. But yeah, having 3 days off a week, I don't know how I can go. Like when I get off work, I don't have any time to really do anything. Like
Yeah.
Justin has to cook dinner because when I get home, I have 2 hours. That is to bathe, that is to eat, and that is to maybe watch an episode on TV, like unwind or read a book, like a chapter in a book. And then I pretty much immediately have to go to bed and do it all over again. There's
it's
no
like-
real time for laundry. There's no real time for dishes. There's no real time for spending time with my family because when I get home, I'm so tired. It's like, what kind of conversation do you want to have? I don't have time to go grocery shopping.
Yeah.
I don't have time for any of it. I have to do all that shit on my days off. So usually I'll separate it between the days. Like one day of my 3 days, I'll get caught up on laundry. One day I'll get caught up on my dishes. One day I'll go grocery shopping or run errands. I can't imagine only working 3 tens though. Having a 32-hour work week, I'd work 3 tens and get paid the same amount I have now. I'd have 4 days off.
That's why I'm like kind of questioning if we do need to shorten it, because I don't think companies will raise the pay at all.
Legally, they would have to.
You think?
If
They would have to keep it the same. They wouldn't be able to.
Because they haven't raised the minimum wage.
At least on salary paying jobs. If you're a non-exempt worker, they'd probably still charge you hourly. You know what I mean?
But like minimum wage, they legally could pay you the bare minimum.
They could.
They could legally, yeah. But with the new thing, they legally would, that's built into the proposal.
Oh, okay.
For the law, for the 32-hour work week. I heard that in Kentucky, they're trying to get rid of, they just proposed a law, it's called like Bill 500 or something like that, where they're going to eliminate mandatory lunch breaks.
Like, so you can choose if you want to take one?
Yes, but a company will that basically means where the company doesn't have to offer you a lunch break.
Oh, so it's not like you're choosing if you want to take it. It's they're choosing if you're going to take it.
Yes, and they want to eliminate overtime.
But how can they not give you time to eat? Like, you have to eat while you work?
Yes, that was the suggestion, yes, is to squeeze in eating while you're actively working, yes.
But what if you're doing something that's like manual labor?
I wouldn't be able to do it while I was working.
Yeah. I would have to like chug a protein drink or something.
Soylent.
They like I said, they also want to eliminate overtime after 40 hours.
I'd be cool with that with my current job, because with some salary, they make you work more, but you still get paid the same. So I see that with salary, but I don't see that happening with non-exempt workers.
Like hourly?
If you're paying hourly, you are either just not allowing you to work overtime is fine, but if they're making you work overtime and not get paid,
the point of overtime is 40 hours a week is how much you're supposed to work, right? Any hour you go above 40 hours a week is time you're taking away from your family. Yeah. So you're getting paid time and a half because it's time taken away from your family, and it's time taken away from the necessary duties you have to do in your household.
Some people want to work, though.
Yeah.
I believe they should just make it to where, like, it's a choice if you want to work overtime.
They're wanting to do it when you would still have to work the overtime. You would just get paid less money than you did before.
That's stupid.
Sometimes I usually work like 42, 43 hours a week, unless it's a peak season, like when they do the prime days. I say 4 times a year I'm working more than 40 hours a week, but usually it's like 42, so I get like 2 hours of overtime. Now imagine during peak I'm working 50, 60 hours a week, but I'm getting paid my regular hourly rate.
Like they're trying to make it that way?
Yes. In Kentucky.
Oh, I thought you meant like they completely make it to where you can't work overtime at all. Like
no.
They don't even
that's
pay.
what I was thinking.
No, they're just removing time. They're wanting to remove time and a half for overtime.
That's bullshit.
So you would work the same amount of hours for less money. So if you work 60 hours a week and you make $20 an hour, the 20 hours extra that you're putting in will not get $30 an hour at that time and a half. It'll just get 20.
And for the record, this is not passed.
No, this is just a proposed bill.
When was this?
Some scumbag, fucking whatever.
Is it something that's like?
I read about this last week.
So it's like something that could happen.
Yes, it's a proposed bill. Like I said, it's called like Bill. I'll have to look it up. We'll have to pull Google up on this.
I was like singing that in my head every time you said Bill. Bill,
Bill. Whoa, another like, damn, we're talking about debt and bills up there. Like one guy's name is Bill, and he's like, call me by your debt. Bill. Sorry, I'm cutting that because that was the conversation.
Or what's that? The song in school, the bill.
I'm just a bill.
I'm the bill. I'm the bill. I'm the bill.
I used to get so hyped when they play those
Schoolhouse
videos.
Rock.
Oh, dude, I love Schoolhouse Rock too.
I didn't realize
1776.
I never realized that was like a national thing. I thought it was just like some random cartoon that some dude in Kentucky made. That was like, this is for the public, for Kenton County School District. Like,
specifically just for us.
Well, I was a dumb fucking kid. I didn't know shit about fuck.
Well, when I was a kid, I thought all actors on TV
Were acting for you
no, that they weren't real people.
They're tiny people inside the TV.
When I was it was like when I was like 5. I thought that they weren't real people because I thought it wasn't fair that they could be on TV and I couldn't.
Yeah.
No, for real. I was like, I thought that they weren't real people. I don't know how I rationalized it, but I
like
didn't.
AI generated.
Something like, but I was 5, so this was like 2001.
Yeah.
2001, around that time period. I was like, they're not real. I didn't think they were real people.
Radio always confused me because I thought that they were playing live in the studio. Which I think at some point that was a thing, but
oh, you mean each song?
Yeah, I thought it was like, oh my, I'm like, how are they getting all these people in like this one building? It always like riding around and mom's after divorce Mustang, black eyed peas. You know what I'm talking about?
Or the fucking techno.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated the techno.
I loved it. I still do. Like I would listen to it today and be like,
okay, techno is good. I think she just wasn't picking the best because I remember she would buy like bundles of like 100 songs on Apple Music.
Safe and sound. Safe and sound. That's a good song.
To this day, I cannot stand techno, and it's funny because
I love it.
Techno
Low-key.
Screamo is so good. Sorry, I don't think it's actually called that, but.
So my son, Jay. Okay, like I said, we're just gonna call him Jay.
Who? Okay.
No, we're just calling him Jay. That's not his name. It's not his real name. My son Jay. He told me. I asked him what kind of genre of music he liked listening to, and he showed me, and it's basically just like, it's not techno, but it's like dance music. I don't know how to describe it. It's just like it's like techno. It's just a bunch of beats and stuff with no lyrics or anything, and I'm just like, oh god.
I accidentally made eye contact with someone. I was like doing something weird by the window, and the guy was taking his trash out. I don't know if he saw me, but we made eye contact. Like, do you know how when you look at a window, you can't really like see anything?
I can see you.
Oh shit!
When I'm down there and I was waving at you, whenever I do, I see you.
Like my full everything. Okay.
Yes.
Because I made eye contact. I was like doing it, like playing with the cats, like doing something weird.
Shit. Sorry, I forgot about this time.
Are you shitting me, dude? And he was, I don't even, like, my window was open. I wasn't making a sound. So I'm like, why was he even looking? Yeah, literally. And I was like, oh shit. And I just like instantly like dropped.
You hear like a synth stab, like, like in the horror movies. But yeah, techno is kind of goes hard. It depends. Like there's certain songs that like I have stuck in my head that I'll never know the name of, that I'll never be able to find again unless I just stumbled upon it. Like there's certain songs that that I wasn't sure what the lyrics said exactly, but it was like there was one that was like, this is a slug. This is a slug. And I was like, in my mind, that's why I'll never find it because I don't know what he actually says. But God,
someone knows that song. They're gonna comment it.
I can't remember how it goes though, but I just remember this is a slug. I remember just thinking like in my head like holding a slug, just like.
Slug.
There's a song. Me and Justin went to a casino one time. This was like.
We need to go to a casino.
Yay!
I have $20 burning a hole in my wallet.
Can we?
Yeah, we can
right
go
now.
We can go after. I mean, what do we have doing on today?
I have the gym later, and you have the rock gym.
No, not tonight. I'm going tomorrow instead.
Oh, Mom, we're going to the casino.
Well, when do you work?
Well, I could drop it, but
no.
It's 5 to 10, but
it's
I have the casino. I have the gym.
You could do it before.
I have the gym at 6. I considered recently joining the military because I'm not too old yet. And because I'm like,
benefits are pretty good.
I was like, I'd be able to take care of my family. I'd have housing, and I would get those VH loans when I got out, and my college would be completely paid for, and all I'd have to sell is 4 years of my life.
Only 4 years.
And my body.
And my no, you know how many cases of SA there are as a woman in the military?
Yeah.
Like that would be, I'd be on, like I would do the Navy. I would be on a boat with a bunch of men. Like, did you hear about that case of that girl?
Just do reserve, Army Reserve.
8 years.
Bah, 8 years, 8 queers. It doesn't matter.
That's minimum. And no, I'm thinking the National Guard. The National Guard was the one I originally wanted to join. That one, if you join that, it's 8 years of your life, and you're the first one to be called out if any disaster happens.
Yeah.
No,
you're the first line of defense. And they also, I might be wrong, least amount of training.
Yeah.
But you're literally, okay, think about it, you're selling your body.
The uniform is pretty sick. That's what got me into it.
I also would have health care. I would also have health care for the rest of my life.
Drip.
for 4 years of my life.
4 years, get a sick costume. Not costume, sorry, that's offensive. A sick uniform.
And then the thank you for your service would make
Dress
so
up.
much more sense.
You imagine delivering packages in your fatigues and you're wearing the Amazon vest over top of your camo. And people are like, thank you for your service. You're like, for the military or for Amazon?
Oh, did we
Speak very slowly.
have we talked
into-
about this on the podcast?
What?
About people telling me
I
thank you
think
for
so. I think the last
They
one.
say thank you for your service.
Yeah, I have people come up to me and they say thank you for your service.
I mean, it is kind of a dangerous job. So,
It
well,
is.
and I'm like wearing an Amazon vest and I just stare at them.
are they joking or is it like
have to
serious?
say-
I've had more than one person come up to me and
What
say
you-
thank you for your service.
What you need to do is just say honored to serve. It's an honor to serve.
Just do this next time.
Or just pull out a gun and be like,
Why with the gun again?
honor to serve, or thank you for your service, and be like, I'm executing my services. I don't know. When you were messing with your eye, when you looked over at me, one eye was still looking down, and the other one was looking at me.
Ew.
It was like because you're pulling on it. I think.
Oh.
It was like.
Matthew, look at me.
I was like. What? I have eye boogers. Is that
No,
what you're looking
do
at?
you keep rubbing your eye?
Which one?
That one. You
Is it red?
busted a vessel
Really?
in your skin, not your eyeball, your skin.
Wait, what?
Where's that?
It's the red.
that's been there. This
You-
little.
It's a busted blood
Oh,
vessel
I
in the
have
It's been there
skin.
for weeks.
I have those all over my face.
It looks like that's right where you keep rubbing your eye. You busted a blood. Well, you can't see on my face. I have little busted vessels all over my face.
I have like veins in my eyelids that are like very prominent, and
My
it pisses me
nostril
off.
veins are insane.
You have nostril veins?
I do too. That's from
Nostrings.
it's genetic from mom.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
My eyes. You know how you guys have been saying your eyes was twitching?
Yeah.
My eyes started twitching 2 days ago. It stopped today, thank God.
Welcome to
but,
the family.
well, it's always twitched, but it was just funny. You guys mentioned it, and then my eye was like, "Oh, we could do that," and it was just like,
we can do that.
just like.
I hate it.
You remind me of the cats. I go.
Was it Animal Crossing? But I'm just sucking dick.
Sitting on the
Congrats.
couch with a dick in my mouth.
Happy Pride
Oh, I
Month.
never finished my casino story.
Casino.
No, we were talking about techno music. We were at the casino and there was like some kind of techno music playing, and it said something along the lines like, "We just want to dance," okay? And I just kept saying that over and over again. Yeah, we just want to dance. But it's
Around
what
the
it
world.
sounded like to us was, "I just sucked a dick." I don't know how, but it was like, "I just sucked a dick," and
Yeah.
like that stuck with me for like the last decade of my life.
There was a song that would come on the radio every once in a while that Dad would sing along to, and it was like he would tell me that it sounded like something else. I think the original lyrics was "Living is tough, but he was like, "Do it in the butt, do it in the butt."
I think I remember that.
And Justin did that one time, and I was like, "Oh, this is everybody. This isn't just Dad." So I'm like, everyone thought it was.
in the butt.
The song is very familiar. It was on GTA at
Oh.
one point.
I can't remember what song.
If I heard it, it's like I'm not gonna be able to explain it, but what was the point of that?
You just sucked a dick.
I think they call it what's it called? Electronic music now or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Not techno. I don't know.
Electronic pop.
Yeah.
Around the
I think it's
world.
electronic metal is what I was thinking of. But it's so nice.
You guys need to listen to Break-Ins.
Break-ins.
Break-Ins is fucking phenomenal. But I could then, for like 500, like get new mics, the interface thing, get the pop filters and the wires, so that we can do everything. We could do a pod in the car. We can literally do it anywhere. It doesn't
That would
have,
be cool.
you know what I mean? It's pick up and go. And plus, me and Maya were wanting to start our own podcast because she, I mean, bless her heart, she has a lot to talk about. So it would be fun to like.
Why
be
isn't
like,
Maya here? Well, we only have 3 mics, but if
Right.
we had an extra mic, I was thinking, I'm like, if Maya doesn't have a job right now, then why isn't she here?
What?
She sleeps a lot.
Why would she be here?
We
I
only
mean,
have
to
3
be on
mics.
the pod for like an episode.
Oh.
Yeah, we can do that. But she was like, "Well, we should just do our own pod because she would talk for most of the time. I mean, that's fine. I'm just here as like a
Support.
yeah, just to like whenever she says something that it mispronounces something, be like, "What are you fucking stupid?" But yeah,
You're
with that
just
one,
there for comic relief.
yeah, that one would be 1 camera, 1 hour, and then we would just put it up. Like it would be no effort
Yeah.
at all. But
So you want to spend your money on that?
Yeah.
Though? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Or do you want us to like slowly pay you
no,
like 1/3?
if I'm putting money into it, it's
Because that's a lot.
yeah, but it honestly isn't as much as I thought it would be
I spent
How
under
much?
$200
Yeah.
for
How
my
much
stuff.
would it be though? You think?
for everything. 500
Okay.
for the interface. That's 150 for the wires. For the mics are $100 a piece, which honestly is not that bad. I thought they were going to be way more expensive. I'm not saying that it's not expensive. And then the pop filters. I also want to get a there's a little I guess an interface for your camera where you can go micro USB to USB, plug in the thing to USB, so you can plug it into your laptop and use it as you'll see it on here,
Okay. Yeah.
so that when you hit record, the audio and video would already be synced, but they wouldn't
be
be synced for our
nice.
phones.
Oh.
But it would take out one less step, and it would make it easier because we wouldn't have to keep getting up and restarting it. Or we could use a phone instead and have it on here. You know what I mean? Or I mean, I don't know how much cameras are nowadays, but if we were to get a different camera that didn't have that limit, or like a camcorder or something, this is down the line though. But because shit is expensive. But when I go to the casino and I hit big,
Oh, yeah. When that happens.
I'm just gonna go out and get everything the same day. Be like, hand pay like $20 million, and they're just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 1,000. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 1,000. And then after I get my 20 million, and I slip them a 20, and I go,
Thank you.
thank you. Here's your tip. And then that's like 0.1% of 20 million. And then I go to Best Buy and I go, I'm just gonna buy the whole place.
Let me just take the whole place.
I own you guys now. Give me everything.
Can you
And I
imagine
won't.
going into a Best Buy and literally buying out their entire stock?
You'd be like, is your store manager here today? And they're like, he's on lunch. He's like, what car is he in right now?
That's Mr. Beast type shit.
Yeah. We're like, what's up, guys? Today I'm gonna buy this Best Buy.
I'm not buying the Best Buy. You're gonna buy all the merchandise.
I'm buying everything in this Best Buy. If you're in line, I'm gonna fucking
I'm gonna
deck you.
buy you.
I could fucking buy you, sell you, and buy you back for half price, you fucking prick.
What the fuck?
I don't know what that even means.
Are we gonna go to the casino?
I'm down. I'm
too.
so down. As of right now, I have like $25 in my account. But I have a $20 bill. I can go with the $20
I
bill.
mean, just to go, just to be there. Like,
Yeah. I've been meaning to go for a minute. Like, I drive by it every day on the way home from work. I'm like,
Is it becoming an addiction, Matthew?
no, I've never gone by myself. I
Because
think when
I've
you
never
go,
once craved the casino.
dude, it's just fun. Even though I lose, I know I'm going to lose the money, but it's like, again, I lost again. That's okay. But
Do you do any online gambling?
no, honestly.
Do you still do the what's it called, Bitcoin shit?
No.
Or what'd you
Crypto.
do? Crypto.
I did Dogecoin. I lost like, what was it, $100? But I stopped after that. I was
Okay,
like, fuck
so you're
that.
not.
No,
this
I
would
don't
be
have.
the only gambling you do.
Yes. At one point I did KY Lottery where I would do like the little scratch offs online, but I made $50 and they had this thing where I wasn't able to withdraw it for whatever reason. So there's like $50 sitting in that account.
Do you have to like make a certain amount to withdraw?
Oh, you know what it is? They would mail a check and I just got impatient. And I was like, I'll just keep the money in there for when I have that itch. And I just go in there and go, bring, 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 bring.
That itch, kind of like a craving.
No, I don't think it's an addiction. It's more of like, I'm really interested in this, but if
Like
I don't
an
have it, I'm going to rip my eyes out of my head. No.
It's just like an activity you enjoy to do.
You
find it
can
fun.
gamble in a healthy manner.
Yeah.
It's
It's
when
fun.
you're like putting your fucking
Yeah.
financial future at risk
Right.
that it's a problem.
And I never go by myself. I've never been to a casino by myself. I thought about it. I almost did that one day. I was telling you before we
Yeah.
went to Momo's because I was like, I have like an hour to burn. Why not? I parked in the parking lot, but I never actually went inside. I think it was right after I turned 21.
I think it was Chelsea who told me this. She said that she used to go to the casino every weekend.
Yeah.
And instead of like normally on the weekends you'd go out on like a date and spend $50. Instead of spending that $50 on a date, you spend that $50 at a casino.
Mm-hmm. Because there's a chance of. But you should have just if you invested
it's just for
that
fun.
money.
It's not for anything.
If you
else.
put $50 into a brokerage account and you invested it, you could grow 10% in like a year.
Or a high yield savings account.
Yeah.
What if we did bingo?
I want to do bingo so bad.
Aren't the buy-ins kind of expensive though?
I don't remember.
Isn't it like
I did it one
$20 a
time.
paper?
I did it one time in Oklahoma.
Yeah, and then you guys fucking painted me with the blank ink blob.
You did?
Blob. Yeah.
I
I
don't
woke
remember
up and I
that.
had blots all over me.
I don't. That sounds like something we do, but I don't remember it.
I had a
It was
purple one.
it was purple. You fucking bitch. You fucking bitch. I hate you.
Mine
I
was
I
hate
wanted you
blue.
to look like Bonnie.
But yeah, ever since we played bingo, I've been wanting to play bingo again.
Yeah, I'm down. They have bingo at my the clubhouse at my condo complex.
Do you have
Okay,
to
we're
pay?
gonna do it.
Or how
I
does
think
it
so.
work? I guess you
think so.
always have to pay.
It's the first Monday of every month, but I work
Yeah, I work Monday
every
too.
Monday. So I'm like, fuck.
What time is it?
I think 6.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to make
I would
that.
have. I would be. I only live 10 minutes
Gotta
away.
make it to bingo!
Just like all the old people are sitting there, like about to like start, and then just boom, like me kick through the door, or my car comes crashing through the front. Boom!
I'm here.
So I'm walking in the hallway right now, just boom. The fuck?
They must be playing bingo in there.
I would like to buy in. They're like, you made the deadline. Take a seat, sir.
You did it.
I'm sitting next to my neighbor, and I'm fucking.
No, you just
drip-
be sitting in your car, in the place.
Sir, come here. Someone outside is like,
Weird.
who's saying sir? Sorry, I'm getting wound up.
Okay.
You said casino, and I was like, huh? What? You saying there's a chance I could lose all my money? Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Why are we still here? Cancel the pod.
Let's bring the pod there.
I don't think we can record in a
No.
casino. We had to ask for permission.
Yeah.
I
That's why I
recorded
said
in a
bingo, because I
casino.
think we could record during bingo. That would be cool. Because you
I
just
think
sit
that would be
there,
boring to watch.
Yeah.
But you
Just-
can't, or you have to be quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, that is.
G45. Oh my god, I have that. Oh, I have that on this one too.
B12.
Fuck! You said.
I think bingo would be boring to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But going to like a sit down casino and like playing a table game, or not a sit down casino, a casino with table games, and setting up because people you put that on YouTube. They ask for permission, of course, and they go, "Can we record the table or whatever?" I think as long as it's not interfering with anything, you can record. But I want to get a GoPro so bad. If we just had GoPros on us, we would.
Did you have one at one point?
They're like $300-$400.
They are expensive. I almost got one, but
Yeah, GoPros would be nice.
they have like little tiny ones, like that are like this big, and it has like the same sensor as a GoPro, or not the same sensor, but the same megapixels or whatever, and it's like really good quality. And you can just put it on, and I mean, it looks like a camera, but it's a smaller footprint, so it's not as noticeable.
Get the glasses with the hidden camera in it.
I thought about that, but it's kind of obvious because like one of the
Think?
things have like a fucking
Well, I think they make them more discreet now.
yeah.
Like, it's in the middle.
Yeah, the $14 million gem right in the middle. It's very discreet. It's in your skin. Rip it out. Rip it out. You have spiders in your chest. Rip it out. 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 I'm in your walls. I'm in your walls. I'm in your
I want to
walls.
go home, but I'm already home.
Oh yeah. Go to your car. Sorry, I was just narrating. The face you're making. No! That one old guy that was on Vine, he died recently.
Who?
The one dude that was like, no!
I'm trying to remember.
It was an old black dude. It was like, I still love you.
I do.
I don't remember that one.
You guys fucking suck.
I remember when
You guys
Vine
fucking
came out. It was a shit.
I'm quitting the podcast.
Bye.
Damn. I was hoping for more of a response. Okay.
I know that you're not actually quitting. You were just
Welcome-
talking about investing money into
back,
it.
Welcome back to the KB podcast. KB and sometimes M, because he comes back once a month as per the court
Court order.
Court order. Yeah.
So we can keep the M in there.
Yeah. KB and sometimes M. KB and monthly M. KB stands, or the M stands for monthly. Monthly Matt.
Monthly Mincies.
4 episodes, but one of them on the Patreon is including Matt. No one buys it.
Matt. The M stands for Modo. There's been a Modo.
There's been a Moidoi. There's been a Muck Duck.
A Muck Duck.
There's been a Muck Duck Among Us. Among Us!
Did you want to read a...
Yeah, I was waiting.
Yeah, we're definitely, we're, yeah.
I think it's time for the Reddit portion of the podcast. I like the theme song.
That was Amanda's show.
Amanda.
The A in Amanda stands for assault.
It stands for...
Assault! Assault! Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hang on.
The camera has 5 minutes left on it.
Let me get prepared.
Oh, shit!
Oh, shit.
All right. Am I the asshole for not using the hyphenated part of my last name? My last name was changed when my mom got married to Mike. I was 10 at the time. My dad died when I was 7. My mom changed her last name and wanted to change mine, and I said no.
No.
So they decided to hyphenate my last name even when I said no, because they said I would one day want to have the family name. But I never wanted to have Mike's last name, and I never use it. When people ask me what my name is, I say my original name without the hyphenated part. In school, it's on official documents and stuff, but I label my stuff without Mike's name. I still introduce myself with my original name, and I ask my teachers to call me by my original last name, which they do. My mom and Mike found this out recently, and he was hurt, and she was frustrated that I refused to use the name. She said they kept my dad's last name in there on good faith, and the least I could do is use the whole name. She said Mike has been good to me and made our life so much better and easier than it would be if it was just the two of them. So I could at least not throw his name away. Mike told me he was always so proud to call me his daughter, and to have me erase his last name hurts. Am I the asshole?
Nope.
No.
It's so cringy.
No, they are 100% the asshole. Not the parents in that situation are definitely the asshole. That is fucked up.
Can you imagine if when mom got married to Chuck, if she changed your last name from Lyons to
Lyons Becker?
Yeah.
Or Becker Lyons or
Remove
whatever.
that.
Well, see, there's nothing. I mean, obviously,
It's just so disrespectful.
At a time when we didn't even know, like, if that was a thing. But I remember that was when sorry, I'm all over the place. When our mom and stepdad got married, I thought that we were gonna have to take his last name because I didn't know how that shit worked. But she was like, "Oh no, I'm glad. I mean, I'm not really interested in changing my name. But I mean, nothing against Chuck, but that's weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She did it after her dad died.
Yeah.
That like, oh, well, your dad's dead, so you don't need to have his last name anymore.
Why would it even matter if she had his last name?
I think it's so weird when people get so like emotional about like technical things like that, like not technical, but like documents and like legal shit. It's like having his last name doesn't mean he is or isn't your dad or your stepdad.
Right.
Like you can not use it and he's still your stepdad the same way if you use it.
It's just what's on paper.
Yeah.
But if you're forcing them to have it on paper.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine having a child, their father dying, me marrying someone and being like, okay, you have to have this last name, and I'm just going to leave your dad's your dead father's last name as good faith.
Like it's just like a status thing. Like why is it so important? Like it doesn't change the relationship at all.
In the comments, someone's like, that's really weird, especially because he didn't adopt you.
Yeah.
True. It's not even legal.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't
Damn.
adopt him or anything. And the OP responded with, well, his dad would have gladly, or his stepdad would have gladly adopted him, but he said no.
Interesting.
The whole thing is fucking weird.
I can't imagine, like, can you imagine, like, if we were underage at the time that mom and Chuck got married, and their mom decided to legally change her last name to Chuck's last name?
I'd be pissed, not because of Chuck, but because
it wouldn't have anything to
that-
do with Chuck. No, no, I'm
Our-
saying I wouldn't be angry at him.
especially if Dad was still alive, and then we changed our last name, he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?"
I think Dad would fight that in court.
Yeah.
Like, if you're related to them, it makes sense for you to have their last name.
I mean, yeah.
Like blood.
When it's your father, you should
Yeah.
have their last name, not your stepfather.
Like, it would be different if, like, the dad was, like, a horrible, like, their biological dad was, like, a horrible person, disowned them, but it's like he died.
yeah.
So it's like, it would make more sense if they were, like, really... But, like, if they were really, really close with their stepdad, and it's like, the stepdad brought so much joy to them, and it's like, thank you for taking over the position that my father couldn't do for me, that would make more sense to be like, yes, I'll take his last name. But it's
Yeah.
like, their biological dad died.
Yeah. And it sounds like this is all ran by the mom, like the mom
Yeah.
who pushed all this. That just, like, don't you want to have the family name? I mean, the only situation that this would make sense is, like, example, like Trump. You know what I mean? If you wanted to have, like, a high level name like
Yeah.
Trump. But I really doubt that they're, like, money.
It gives me, like, a weird, like, ownership vibe. Like,
Yeah.
I own you,
Yeah.
so you have to have my last name. You're mine.
You're mine. It's just,
I don't
when
know,
I
I
saw
wish-
that, I was like, that is so fucking gross.
It's like, I know this has been, I don't know if we've talked about it before, but, like, this is, like, not common knowledge, but, like, a lot of people know, like, no woman actually has their own last name. There's
No.
no history of a woman, like, well, there's some people that, like, make their own last names, but, like, in history, no woman has their own last name. It's always a man's last name, and that's fucking devastating.
I mean, yeah. I mean, some people, like, when they have a child, they'll give their last name to the child, even if they're,
But it's
like,
like-
married and shit.
That last name was their father's.
Yeah.
And that father's last name was their father's.
Yeah, it's never woman to woman.
So part of me is like, I want to make my own last name, so it's mine. I'm just going to make it up.
Just add an extra S at the end. Be
Nice.
like, it's Lions with 2 S's.
But we have a cool last name. If we had like
Yeah.
Garfschnuckle as a last name, I would
Wait,
be
that's
like,
kinda cool, too.
absolutely. But no, dude, don't change your last name unless, keep your last name if you get married, if you want to keep it. But
I had a friend who has a last name that
They have a last name.
that sounds
Sorry.
inappropriate, and she was so excited to get married and change her
Aw.
last name.
Who was it?
Can you blur out the last name?
yeah. All right, are we ready for the next one?
Yes.
Am I the asshole for removing, or fuck, I can't read. Am I the asshole for refusing to move my Ring camera after my neighbor confronted me? I'm a 25 female, and I've lived in my apartment complex for a few years, and I've always had a Ring camera for security.
I understood that.
I'm 25 female. I've lived in my apartment complex for a few years, and I've always had a Ring camera for security reasons, and to avoid package theft. That happens pretty often where I live. My Ring camera is attached to my door and faces my neighbor's door across the hall, about 3 feet. Recently, a new neighbor moved in and knocked on my door to ask if I could move the camera because it makes them uncomfortable that it faces their apartment door, or to turn off the motion-activated sensor. What would be the point of having it if it's not motion-activated? I had no problem with this and ordered a new mount to place slightly to the side of the door and not view their unit. For peace of mind, however, I think they assumed I brushed them off because I didn't fix it the next day. As a result, they began walking up to my camera multiple times a day, leaving somewhat threatening messages into my camera like, you don't want this to become a problem. Or your liability is going to become my liability. I don't even know what they mean by that. That's what your liability is going to become my liability. That doesn't
That's
even...
like the only accent that would make sense.
Yeah. You don't want this to become a problem.
Buddy.
They watched...
Are they saying they're going to murder you and that they're going to go to jail for the consequences of their
I
actions?
guess so.
actions?
And now I don't want to move my camera at all because they're trying to intimidate me and make me uncomfortable. Would I be the asshole if I didn't move my camera anymore since they're trying to intimidate me? By the way, Ring cameras are not prohibited in my complex, and plenty of neighbors have them. I think they're not the asshole for not moving it. They don't. It's your property. you're using it for security reasons. If anything, you're also using it for security reasons of your neighbors, because if something happens to them, you have a camera seeing it all.
Yeah.
So I think they're bored and they don't have anything going on. They're like, you know.
When people get really weird about stuff like that, it makes me think they're like trying to hide something.
Yeah.
Like maybe they're like cheating on their wife and they don't want any evidence, and like, you know.
That makes sense.
Or they're just old and they don't know shit about fuck.
I like seeing the those videos where people are like, you can't record me, and it's like whenever you leave your house, you have an audience.
If you're in public,
Is it like free domain or something?
There are cameras everywhere. Yeah. They're in stores, they're in gas stations, they're even on streets.
Yeah.
They're on highways.
There's cameras at red lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like wherever you go, you are being recorded.
Yeah.
Just
Always.
because one is more obvious than the others doesn't make it less.
Like you can legally go out in public and record.
People.
That's not against the law.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not like the if the camera was like facing a window, I would understand. But it's like if it's their front door,
and you can't even see into their house,
you just see them entering and like exiting.
It's an apartment complex. If this was like, if you had a neighbor who like had a camera set up specifically pointing at your house,
yeah, that
like,
would make sense at
like,
all.
like that camera, but it's just like,
yeah,
technically I'm pretty sure that's legal
because it's on your property.
Yeah. As long as it's not like directly like zoomed into one of their windows that are open.
And I've heard that with public nudity or whatever, or indecent exposure, you can get that for like having a window open and being naked in your house. If it is viewable from private or from public property, or like from the street or from where people would be, then you can get fucked up for that. Because there was a dude that was like in like an apartment building and was like naked with the windows open and they could see him, and he got fucked.
Well, I guess the only thing that's
fucked, but
that's separating you is like a piece of glass.
It's see-through. You can see it.
Yeah.
You know, you are in your own property, but it's viewable from public property. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh. I mean, that's crazy, but
I didn't know that. Yeah. I am the naked neighbor.
Oh my god.
Matthew.
Close your blinds.
I could have went my entire life without knowing that.
No,
I know Justin is.
Yeah, Justin
just
too.
Free balls.
Yeah.
He free hangs and free balls.
So the front of my house, those windows are blocked off, but like the back part of my house, they're not blocked off. And I can see other people's houses, like their backyards and stuff. Would that be, if they were to see me and call the cops, could I get in trouble for that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Really?
If they can see you, be like, hey, this person is, they don't take any precautions for their own privacy.
Well, it's normally like I am taking a shower and I'm walking to my laundry room to grab some clothes.
If you're just like wandering your house butt naked all day.
But if you're like standing at the window going,
yeah,
no,
it reminds me of the first episode of Skins, how that lady stands at the window and the kid like, she does it on purpose to like get the kid's attention, and he's a kid.
Yeah,
he's a teenager, but
score.
She's like butt ass naked, and she's like doing it on purpose.
Butthole naked, booty hole naked.
Predator.
And then the husband's like, you do that like someone's what did he say?
Someone's watching.
Yeah, I can't remember, but I don't know. It just reminded me of that.
Sweet.
But yeah, no, I don't just like walk around my house like naked all the time.
I mean, if you have like blinds and shit, go ahead, do whatever you want. But like,
I do it on the front. But like I said, sometimes like I'll have to grab something and then I can see like my neighbor's house out my window. But it's like I don't know how to describe it. It's not like I don't live in a normal neighborhood or anything like that. I don't know how to describe it.
You're like more in a city area.
It's a city area, and it would be very hard to see into my house.
You have like big fences and shit.
Yeah, there's privacy fences and all that.
As long as you're not like pressing yourself against the window.
No, it's just real quick. Like I'm walking out and I'm like grabbing my clothes.
Yeah.
Because it's my house.
You're walking out to your mailbox. You're
just real quick.
Watering your plants.
Or you're tanning in the backyard, like full nude.
Like, mind your business. Just don't look. Dude, if a kid saw that and they're like, my kid saw a predator, sexual offender, immediately.
Yeah. I remember there was one time me and Mom went to the mall, and I can't remember which store it was. It was probably like Forever 21 or something like that, but they had a mannequin that was naked, and it was like in the front of the store, and mom complained to the worker and was like, my son just saw like lady parts on one of those mannequins.
Does it even have?
It had nipples. It had like points at the end, and she
I thought
complained.
it was like a detailed like under below
Like
No.
vagina.
No, it was like one of those that has like the arms cut off at like here,
Oh, okay.
and the legs cut off here, and it was just like a torso for like.
I
putting
can't
on a
imagine
dress.
complaining about that though.
But I remember that very clearly because she like talked to the worker, and the worker was like 16. She was like, I don't. This isn't. You know. She was just like, can you like move the mannequin? It was like hanging on the thing.
Yeah.
Like, can you like move the mannequin or whatever?
Did she like have you cover your eyes or anything?
No, I don't think it was anything like.
It had to be like a Kohl's or a JCPenney.
It was in the mall.
Oh.
It was like one of the it wasn't like one of the big stores on the ends. It wasn't JCPenney or Macy's. It was like one of the. It was like Forever 21 or Justice, or maybe not Justice. Well, I guess Justice was there at the time. Justice, Forever 21.
And she got Justice in that store.
She was Batman. Justice. Something's in my ass.
I don't know what you guys are talking about at all.
Whoa. Fucking millennial over here.
Becca's a millennial too. She's a cusp millennial. Maddie, what is that
I
face
don't.
for?
Cusp just sounded weird for me.
It's too far out of your vocabulary.
Yup.
Oh yeah, I forgot Matthew's a little challenged over there.
He's a little shit.
You see, he's a little shit.
I'm challenged, but my money ain't.
Is it? Well, we'll find out, Matt. We'll find out when we deep dive into your
have-
finances.
$2,000 in debt between 2 credit cards and medical bills. I'm good. I don't have a car payment. I pay rent. I'm good.
I have student loans and a credit card. That's it.
I'm good.
Like 11,000 student loans.
I probably have the least amount of weird things about, like, I don't buy anything. I mean, I haven't really like splurged in a while, other than buying my PC last year. That was like $2,000. But ever since then, I've been like, fuck, I shouldn't have bought it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to figure out a way to buy a PS5.
They're
money?
at Walmart now. You can just buy them now.
No, I mean the money for it.
Oh, the new
'cause-
PS5s are pretty cool.
Jay, he said, or he did. It was like he was hiding it from us. His PlayStation in his room, it doesn't work. He has a PlayStation
Aw,
4.
yeah, I remember that.
It'll play and then it'll like load and just get stuck on the loading screen.
Yeah.
Do you think he broke it? And that's why he's hiding
No,
it?
well, I mean, he's been breaking stuff and then not telling
purpose?
us. No, not on purpose. Like he broke my electric blanket. Like it was like he was sleeping and like kicked it really hard and ripped the thing out of it. It's not like he's a teenager. It's not
Yeah.
on purpose. At least I don't think it is. I really doubt it. But his PlayStation, it just doesn't work. And so he keeps coming downstairs and taking over the TV downstairs. And I was like, why don't you use your room? Like, I don't understand. We got you a computer. We got you a PlayStation. Like, if you want to watch TV, stop taking over my TV, right? And then he finally told Justin, it's been years, that his PlayStation doesn't work. So I'm like, we got to get him a new PlayStation.
Do you think he's like afraid to say something?
I have no idea.
Like
He's
his
just,
mom,
he
maybe?
gets, I don't know how his life is. I'm his stepmom. I don't know how his life is at his mom's.
Like, I'm sure there was like a pivotal moment in his life where he broke something and then like an adult in his life freaked the fuck out on
Well,
him.
whenever he breaks something and I see it, he does freak out. And I'm like, dude, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Let's just pick up the pieces. Like, we'll figure it out. There's nothing, like, if he spills a drink, I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so,
Yeah.
like, he'll freak out. And it's like, bro, it's just spilled soda.
It's like no amount of reaction you give will undo it. So why react like that?
no, it's just, it sucks, but it's not
Yeah.
like the end of, I don't ever yell at him for stuff like that. But yeah, so he didn't tell us about that for the longest time. Like, Lucy destroyed he had like one of those squishy toys. It had like a powder substance in it. Lucy, my dog, she ripped it up and there was powder all over the place. And he took the toy and he threw it out his bedroom window and didn't tell anyone. And Justin went
It was not my
upstairs.
problem.
Justin went upstairs and there was powder all over his room. And he's like, where did all this powder come from? And it took him 2 days to get the answer out of him.
That's sad. He's like scared.
I don't know why he's just this is like a new thing.
He's been conditioned to like hide shit because he's afraid of the reaction.
Yeah.
Well, we never given him a negative reaction like that.
I guess
least
he's
I
afraid.
haven't.
He was like afraid to find out if he like you guys would react the same way that his mom does. Or
Well,
his stepdad.
he's been around me and his dad obviously his entire life, and we've never reacted like that over something like that. But like I said, I need to get him a PlayStation 5. He's been wanting a PlayStation. They're like $500 fucking
You can
dollars.
get one for $400 right now.
I don't have $400.
No, I'm just saying that if you get the digital edition,
Yeah, I was gonna say
there's a new.
It doesn't have a CD slot.
No, but you can add it on later for like $50. But there's a new updated one. Make sure you get the newer one because there's like a. Do you know how like a PS5 looks? It's like kind of weird. Now they have like a line through them. So there's like, instead of 2 plates on each side, it's 4. It's one up top, one on the side. So look for the one with the dash. It should be cheaper by a little bit.
Well, I'm just gonna get the normal one, the $500
Well, that is
one.
the normal one. Is what I'm saying. They've updated it. So if you're gonna get one, make sure you get the updated one because it's cheaper.
Well, when I save up $500, I'll be like, Matthew, which one? And then you just send me the link.
I keep wanting to grab my phone and be like, look, but
When's his birthday?
In October, which gives me plenty of time to
Hell
save
yeah.
up $500.
You're gonna
I
do
would
it for
say
his
open a
birthday?
credit card.
Well, normally I always put everything on credit, right? And I'm trying to pay down my credit, and I'm like, why? Like, I want to buy it for him now, right? Because he doesn't have a plate. Like, his TV's not a smart TV. It's an old TV in his room, so he can't watch TV in there. And I'm like, why don't I get him a Roku stick for now?
I have a Chromecast you can have. Do you want a Chromecast?
Don't you have to use your phone for a Chromecast?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does he not have a phone?
No, he has a phone.
Di-
I'm just saying, I'm gonna buy a Roku stick.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna buy a Roku stick, and then that gives me like what 6 months because it's March now to put like what I think it's I'd have to save $80 a month to get $500 to get him a PlayStation. But I'm like, I'll just save up for it instead of putting it immediately on credit because that's what I do with everything is I immediately put it on credit. And what it has done, you've seen my budget. I have not showed anyone watching this my budget, but I showed them my budget.
It's about. No, I'm kidding.
I'm spending $700 a month on credit cards right now.
Yeah.
Like I don't need to be adding anything more to credit cards. I need to get the fuck out of credit card debt.
If you set aside like $50 a month, you'll be able to afford. Is that what she usually does? Oh.
But it normally goes on longer. She might keep doing it.
If you set aside like little bits of money at a time,
Yeah.
then you know.
Well, that's my plan is to set aside some money and then buy him his PlayStation.
Yeah.
She's like, leave me alone. I'm dying.
We probably should wrap up.
Yeah. Well, it's been in exactly the time frame that we said.
Make sure you wrap it up.
Yeah.
Wrap your willy. Don't be silly. Is she gonna throw up?
No. She just, it's like, she does this every day.
Could
and
be
it makes me
asthma.
sad. Yeah, I took her to the vet twice and they say they don't hear, like, they check her lungs and there's no, like, unless it's like to test for asthma, you have to do more in-depth testing.
Yeah, it looks like asthma.
That's what I thought. I even showed him a video and he was like, it's just allergies. And then I gave her allergy medicine and then it didn't stop. So now I'm like, I don't know what to do. But she seems so uncomfy.
All right. Goodbye, guys. Don't forget
she's
to
good.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to do all that, but
Well, if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to, you
we're
don't
not
have
gonna-
to. But
yeah.
you should, but you don't have
I'm
to.
buying a gun, so you might want to reconsider if you
Oh
don't.
my God.
And your firstborn child, think about them, you know?
'Cause
It's a threat.
Oh, I didn't know it was a threat. I totally did not pick up what you're
you're
putting
just
up.
like, think about the war of 1985. I don't know.
Think
Don't
about
forget
a
about World
McDonald's
War
double
II.
cheeseburger.
Okay, World War II. Think
You
about
have to
that.
subscribe or we're going to kidnap your children. Okay?
You're gonna be going to a lot of funerals if you don't hit that like button.
You better start
You're-
picking out your outfits.
You might come into some money, but not the way you want to.
An inheritance.
You might be missing some parents here real soon.
Batman.
I'm the one who knocks.
No, he said that you might be missing some parents real soon.
Oh, that.
And then
that's
talk
what-
about
I thought you were
money.
just randomly saying Batman.
No, missing parents, money, Batman. He's gonna Batman you.
Well, who killed Batman's parents?
Batman did.
No.
No, I was kidding. Who was it?
I don't know.
The Joker.
No, I don't think it was a Joker.
It was just like I don't know.
See, the Batman Joker's dynamic would make so much more sense if the Joker killed his parents.
Yeah.
Like, cause he had like a grudge against. I think that Batman is like the worst superhero of all time.
I
I
agree.
think it's
All right,
like
we're cutting
shit.
this. All right, we're cutting this. Bye,
Batman
guys.
No, we're
is the
not.
villain.
Bye,
He's
guys.
shit.
You just said
Okay, Batman.
you just said some dumb shit.
He's the villain.
No, he's a vigilante, yes, but no, we're not talking. We're
But
not.
no one fucking asked for
He's a
it.
billionaire with an overinflated ego who goes
that
out
camera
and
just
fights
turned off.
crime.
All right, bye, guys. Camera's off.
All right.
You can't talk about that stuff around me.
Yeah.
Batman's the goat. All right,
No,
shut up.
Batman fucking sucks ass.
Is that why that he killed Superman?
He did not kill
Or he beat Superman in
There's no
Batman
way.
versus Superman? Yes.
is 0%
Becca?
chance.
Becca? He beat Superman in Batman versus Superman. Am I wrong?
Beat his meat.
He beat the fuck out of his cock and balls. He stroked him up and down. Am I wrong?
You might be correct.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.